Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. I'm Kimberly Greenwell. We have a great show for you today. We're going to take you to Glen Mary Commons, which is a Jago home community, show you a custom-built home, and much more coming up.
Welcome to Your Kentuckiana Home, the only local home show in Kentuckiana. Your Kentuckiana Home is brought to you by Window World of Louisville.
Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. We're here at Glen Mary Commons, which is a Jago Homes community. Thanks for joining us, Andrea.
Thank you so much for having me out here today.
I love the communities that Jago Homes are building because it's completely maintenance-free.
Yes, out here at Glen Mary Commons, we are completely maintenance-free, which is absolutely fantastic for clients right now. One thing that we kind of want to mention and point out is right now we're at a 4-month build time, whereas other builders are projecting much longer build times. And in the current market that we're in, as crazy as it is for buyers right now, you could lose several homes in the midst of while you're looking for a home. So here you can pick out exactly what you want. You can get that within 4 months built, and it will be absolutely beautiful and maintenance free.
That's a really big deal that your build time is 4 months.
Yes, it is. And we pride ourselves that it is only 4 months. You know, one of the things that we can also do out here at Jago Homes that separates us from other builders is our ability to customize floor plans. So if you come in, if you pick out a floor plan, if you don't necessarily like where a room is, if you want it just a little bit larger, that's something that we can definitely do for you.
And the model that we're in right now, people can come in, they can look at all the different floor plans, and you get to pick out everything here at this model, which is a really big deal.
It is. You know, in some cases you spend so much time running around picking out your features, your cabinets, your floors, your granite, and here you can do all of that right here in the model. We like to call it kind of like a one-stop shop. So, and with that, you know, the customizing, picking out everything it is that you want, and then Jago really backs that up with their service department and their warranty department that is all in-house. So if there's ever an issue with your home, you can just come right down the street and see the sales team and they'll take care of it for you.
You know, one of the nice things about Jago Homes and considering a new build, which is what you'd be doing here, is it's not daunting. A lot of people think that building is daunting, and you guys don't make it that way.
No, we make it a very fun process, and you are updated throughout the entire process while it's going on, and the sales team sends pictures to you, and of course you're going to want to come out and see your house while it's being built.
And with the market right now, it makes sense to build.
It does. It makes a lot of sense to build right now as opposed to purchasing another home that someone else owns and lives in, because for the exact same price you can get exactly what you want in your home. And generally when you're searching for a home, there's not going to be everything that's perfect in that house, and when you build, you can get everything just the way you want it.
Less stressful, no bidding wars.
Yes, absolutely no bidding wars. We are seeing a lot of multiple offer situations right now. Buyers are losing out on homes, even if financing is absolutely fantastic. But when you do new construction, there is no one else to fight with.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be back with Lindsay Jago in just a moment, and she's going to tell you about the construction process of building a Jago home. We're back with more Your Kentuckiana Home. I'm with Lindsay Jago with Jago Homes, and we're in the beautiful Glen Mary Commons community. And you know, one of the interesting things when you think about building a new home is it's stressful, and it's really not. It's actually more stressful to find an existing home right now with the way the market is than it is to build.
Yes, that is something that we're hearing right now. At Jago Homes, we've been building homes for over 77 years. So we have a lot of experience working with clients and making the process very smooth, easy, very peaceful. We try to make it as simple as possible for them.
And you're a family-owned business.
Yes, we are. 3rd generation, yes, which is really cool to be a part of, definitely.
And that's another thing I like, that it's family owned and everything is one-stop shop. And you do that because you're a family yourself, and you know how stressful building a house can be, and you make it as smooth as possible for the customer.
Yes, and we also know that it's, probably our customers' biggest investment that they'll make in their lives, and it's a very important decision. So we want to be able to hold their hand throughout the whole process. They'll work with our sales team, Michelle or Shelly out in Glen Mary Commons, and they walk them through each step. We answer all their questions, make it very smooth and seamless for them.
So what is the first step? Is it picking out a lot and then picking out a floor plan that matches that lot?
Yes, so most people start out picking out their floor plan. We have a lot of different home sites too in this community, so you pick out a floor plan and a home site. And then we'll go through the selection process, which is the really fun part. I really like doing that with clients. They get to pick out all their finishes, paint colors, flooring, countertops, and whatnot. It's very fun.
And Andrea says that you have a lot of floor plans to choose from. How many do you have?
We do. As a company, we have over 30 floor plans that you can choose from. We have 5 in particular for this community, but we like to call ourselves a semi-custom builder. So if there was something about the floor plan that a client wanted to modify, we can easily do that for them.
So you're not stuck with, if you went to other places, you'd be stuck pretty much with what they have, but with you can move a wall here and there and kind of adapt to their needs.
Yes, and that's also the benefit of building too. You can design the home to fit your lifestyle, because that's the great thing about building a new home. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Lindsay. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. We've appreciated it too.
If you're interested in Glen Mary Commons in the Fern Creek area, give Andrea a call with the information on your screen. Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. I'm with Martha Woodford with Woodford Built Homes and John Barber with Barber Cabinets. And you guys have teamed up to make a really amazing house. Martha, it's a new plan that you guys are providing people.
Yes, we have called the plan Exponential Living because the house is going to be built in stages. And the first stage has all the comforts of a Woodford Built home and all the luxury of a Woodford Built home, but it's smaller. The master bedroom is upstairs. And then the second phase is the master bedroom addition, which will be total luxury.
That's really nice. It's almost like generational living in a way.
Very, very much so. And it's really geared towards a different demographic for us. We have usually built for people that want bigger, more luxurious homes. And we've had so many people come to us and say, we want our forever home, but yet we want to stay in this $500,000 budget. So this was our answer to that, was just get as much as you can in that footprint and then add what you can afford later. When you get a big raise or you get a job promotion or you get that big bonus, you can put add additional things to the home to make it everything you want it to be.
So you can grow into the home that you want financially in stages.
Right. We call it the home that grows with your life.
And one of the important parts of a home is the kitchen, John, and the other vanities that you have. So the kitchen in this home is extremely gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So the inspiration was one of the Homeorama homes that we did recently. And so really want to make the kitchen pop, but also be mindful of the budget. This is, the type of concept where you're trying to grow with expenses kind of as your finances allow. So we don't want to, go too over the top, but there's some things that we can really do to make a nice custom feel that really make that kitchen pop. So one of the things that you'll see is gas pipe with floating shelves. So it kind of gives that industrial look, which is really unique, really nice looking, and very on trend. Some of the other things that we'll do, we'll add some base molding and some things like that, just to add like a little custom flair to the kitchen.
It has a traditional feel too, with the clean lines and the white cabinetry.
Sure. So this is a concept, you're going to grow with the house. And so we want to make sure that although everything looks up to date, that it doesn't go out of style in time. So we try to keep a very transitional look, something that's going to look nice for the life of the home.
Martha, it's really nice that you guys are creating a home that's an entry-level price, but has the luxury kitchen that Barber Cabinets can offer.
Well, I personally feel that the most important place in a home is the kitchen, and this is one place where I really wanted this place to shine. And you can't do that with box cabinets, you can't do that with pre-made cabinets. I needed a really good custom cabinet company to help me with the design and with the quality.
Well, you picked a good one.
I think we did.
And family owned, just like your company.
Yes, local.
All right, well, we'll meet the family that's owning this home in just a moment. We're back with more Your Kentucky in a Home. We're here with the Rhodes family, and you guys could choose a lot of builders, but you went with Wolford Built Homes. Why did you choose this company?
We did that. We actually interviewed several builders in the process with a realtor, and we settled with Wolford just because the quality speaks for itself, and then just meeting Ron and Martha really felt like they were part of our family, and we felt like we were going to get what we wanted going with them.
And one of the neat things that they offer is the app that allows you guys to follow the process all the way through the completion of the home, which has to be really neat.
Yes, the app Builder Trend, we're able to see real-time progress of what's going on in the house. Mary, one of the office ladies, goes out and takes pictures. Martha adds pictures. We're able to see a schedule of everything that's being done in the home and when things will be completed.
And it's nice that you guys are going to be able to grow into this home with your family.
Yes.
That was one of the bigger features that we thought that we really liked about going with the Wolfords on our home, just because we can build what we need now and also add on in the future.
So Martha has been helping you guys with the selection process too.
Yes, through Builder Trend, we've been able to make a lot of selections without even having to meet face to face, so we can sign off on things on the app Builder Trend. Martha also is with us to pick everything out, so we have meetings like when we met with Barber Cabinets. We were able to go to the showroom and pick things out with Martha's guidance every step of the way.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We'll be back with more Your Kentucky in a Home in just a moment. Thanks for joining us on a Your Kentucky in a Home snapshot. I'm with Eric with United Dynamics Incorporated. Eric, we're going to talk about how you can fix a slab foundation.
Okay. What we use is, one of the processes we use is polyurethane injection, where we actually drill a 3/8 of an inch hole down through the slab to fill in any voids and to correct the differences in the slab itself. We also have a more traditional method of mud jacking or slab jacking, where we actually put a grout slurry down through that slab in the same manner. The polyurethane is a little bit more cost effective and a lot easier to clean up from a standpoint, and uses less labor. But we're able to correct slabs that have settled or sunk and present trip hazards.
What are some signs that a home is having foundation issues?
Okay, if it's a slab foundation home, they'll start to notice some cracks in their drywall, as well as some doors that are sticking or hard to open and close, latches that don't latch properly, or pieces of furniture actually begin to list or tilt in one direction if it gets severe enough. On the exterior, if it's a slab in the garage, they may notice that there is a crack that's begun to open up. And now, it's not uncommon, all concrete does crack, but it's not uncommon for it just to crack and be okay. Sometimes it does result in some movement that's gone on that needs to be addressed.
And you guys offer free estimates.
Yes, we do. We will come out and give a free, honest evaluation of what's going on, what we think might have been the causes, what's the best method of repair, and what's going to be the most economical in the long run.
Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us.
If your home is having signs of foundation issues, give Eric a call with the contact information on your screen. Thanks thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. I'm in one of my favorite places, Bardstown, Kentucky, with the Gibbons family. And Miss Gibbons, we are in your beautiful outdoor patio that you have screened in here. Tell us a little bit about what made you to decide to screen in your porch.
Well, we wanted to be able to use it year-round, not just a few months out of the year. So we had some friends at church that we go to church with, and they recommended Window World. And we contacted them, and they came out and they took some measurements, and they told us that we would be able to use our porch year-round. And we love it. We can have the windows open when we want the windows to be open. When we want them to be closed, we can close it in. Like today, when there's a light rain, the temperature's always nice, and we just enjoy it. It's wonderful.
What was here before you built the sunroom?
When we bought the house, there was a deck here, an open deck. And we had a screen porch at our other house. And we decided that we would do a screen porch again. But given the weather, there was going to be a lot of rain and a lot of wind. We decided, no, we needed to do the windows. So with Window World, we have the windows, but we also have the option of the screens. We have both. So it works out.
It's really nice because it's just a really open wall of windows here.
It is. The light is always wonderful here, any time of day, even until dusk. You can come out and the lighting is wonderful. And I even do embroidery work out here. I read out here. The light's always good.
You know, it's a light rain today, and I could imagine sitting in one of these chairs or your beautiful swing over there and just reading the book and listening to the rain.
It's so peaceful.
Oh, it's so peaceful.
And I can't wait until the snow comes in the winter, because I think it'll be fun to sit here and watch the snow outside.
So what was the process working with Window World on this project?
Well, we called and they sent someone out, and he talked to us and we decided what we wanted. We talked about the size of the windows. He took all the measurements, and he said they'd get back to us. And then I think a couple of days later we went in to the office and met with them, and they showed us some of the actual windows, how they worked, and talked to us about that. And then they told us how many days approximately it would be before the windows would be made. And I think it was 2 or 3 days before they called us and said they were in, and if they would be out, they set up an appointment to come out. And they sent 2 guys out that morning, and that afternoon everything was done. And it was clean as a pin. They took everything away. It was just wonderful.
You know, the windows make it nice because you were telling me that you open just a couple on both sides and you get a nice cross breeze.
We do. We usually open a couple on this side and then over behind the swing, and the breeze through is wonderful. And sometimes we open a couple on that side, but the breeze is good, and we just love it.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Greg Morris with Window World in just a moment. Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. We're back with Greg Morris with Window World. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You know, we're in my favorite place, Home or World, Bardstown, Kentucky, my hometown.
Yes,
all my family still lives here, and we're in this beautiful subdivision. They're on 3 acres of land, and you created this beautiful outdoor living area that's closed in with your windows for them to enjoy their scenery all year round.
I know, it's great. We love coming out and being able to take someone who has a roof already and being able to build this in so they can enjoy their yard, their acreage, and so on. It's a beautiful site right here.
So this was a perfect situation. So they had an existing deck that was covered, and you contracted with a framer and you helped them put them all together. How did that work?
Well, basically, one of our sales guys came out, took a look at the area, measured it out, and broke the windows into sizes that would work for the area. So basically space planning. Now, a lot of companies would come out and want to do, you know, the full sunroom aspect, which sometimes goes up to $30,000, $40,000. So this is an economical way to enjoy the room, make it weather resistant. Of course, we're here in the rain, so we're all comfortable. So this is a great scenario for someone who wants to save some money, but get a quality product and build in their existing area.
So what is the price range to create a room like this in someone's home? I know it varies based on the situation of your home.
It does. You know, they're not going to spend those high dollars that some of the other companies are charging, so they're going to save a lot of money. Let's put it that way. And you're talking anywhere from, depending on the size, $5,000 to $10,000, maybe a little bit more. You know, I'm working with a young lady now who has an existing deck and an existing roof, and right across the street is Gene Snyder Freeway. And she picks up a lot of noise, so when they're out there cooking out, they have to talk really loud. So we're really working with them to deafen the sound around there so they can enjoy that space as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Greg. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in an outdoor living area like this, give Greg a call. The contact information on your screen. Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. I'm with Michael with Primary Residential Mortgage and the LPK Group. Thanks for joining us, Michael.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
So what is it that you do for the company?
I'm a loan originator. So what I do is I meat with clients, get them approved. We try to harness realtor relationships. And in that, we want to, get the customer in to give them, at the end of the day, there's a family behind every mortgage. So I feel, that's what I've done in the industry in my 7 years is, try to make sure that they understand that I'm feeling everything that they are, because I've been there, I've been in their shoes, and try to, echo that through that.
With your experience in being in the business for 7 years, what do you feel like makes you different?
Just the details, knowing that, I'm going to follow up with them. I care if there's any issues, whether it's a credit snafu, whatever it is, we just want to make sure that they feel that they have a place that's going to, help them succeed. We're going to set those goals and we're going to set those expectations as the borrower so we can pass it back to keep our realtor relationships.
So you got in the business 7 years ago. What made you get into the loan business?
It was, I was actually in insurance and I was looking for insurance leads, and some gentlemen that I was actually playing softball with said, hey, you'd be good at what we do. And the flexibility of the mortgage game is a lot better than when I was insurance and sitting at people's dinner table at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of hours that go in with the mortgage. I make myself available 7 days a week, but it's more via phone, via email, via text. So just having that flexibility, and like I said, there's, it's different every day. Everybody's family dynamic or situation, it's a puzzle every day. So it's just, getting to meet people and learning about them.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with more Your Kentuckiana Home in just a moment. Thanks for joining us on Your Kentuckiana Home. Tune in next week for more beautiful homes.
Thank you for watching Your Kentuckiana Home. Join us next week for another episode of Your Kentuckiana Home, brought to you by Window World.